we're scientists that just market because we test one thing. So for example, now that you have your winning interest, you can then also test the videos. And when you test the videos, you're doing it against your winning interest. Why? Because the main focus is going to be the ads. You don't want to test new interest and new ads together because now you're testing two things, but what if it doesn't work out? You're not going to know why it's not working out. Winning videos and you test new interest to those winning videos. Well, the whole focus is the interest. Be a river and constantly always test interest and ads. And then you take those into a test scale campaign. Okay, there's a reason why people look at like Kim Kardashian show, right? There's a reason why people look at all these different shows that capture their attention. If you notice, it's anything that has drama, that's dramatic, or that has something negative, right? There's some positive things too, but drama will always get more attention. So your job is to look at these ads as like mini little dramatic shows, right? This is why the more emotion an ad has, the better it's going to convert. So now that I look at things in a way where these are mini shows, I'm creating mini shows. That's my perspective, right? You are the director of a little mini show, a little mini clip, and you have to really be good at it to capture people's attention. Once I master that, I'm like, bro, this is it. I can scale, you know?
And then when it comes to actually launching those ad sets, let's say you see some promising results, you'll gradually scale to 1K a day, but is that still like interest testing? I mean, like, are you just duplicating it, increasing the budget?
I'll explain transitioning from testing into I call it test scale into the actual scaling. All right. Now I move in phases. And I think that the most important part, guys, is that you need to make sure that you crack the code of spending $100 a day and being profitable. If you crack this, it's going to be really easier for you to scale, right? This is the hardest point. Starting is one of the hardest point, and this is something that you must master. So anyways, we tested 5 interests, right? And we have ads in that campaign. The whole point of this test is to find at least 2 or 3 different winning ad interest and find at least 2 winning ads. 1 or 2 winning ads, okay for now. But the question is, what is the winning ad? Well, it is going to be 3 interests that has 5 more purchases at a 3x ROAS. Once you find that, you can, and also the videos, the ad has to have 5 or more purchases at a 3x ROAS, right? So your break-even ROAS is a 1.8. Once you have that, then you can take that into a scaling campaign. So what you want to do is you make a new campaign, you do CBO, $50 CBO, and you put the first interest, and you stack up the 3 different winning interests in that one ad set. You stack them up together, and then you make sure that you have the winning videos inside that ad set, right? Hopefully that's what gives you guys a visual. After that, you duplicate the ad set 4 more times. Now you have 5 different ad sets in that $50 CBO, and the videos are all the same. They're all winners. That is called a test scale campaign. And then you want to duplicate the campaign 2 more times. So they have 3 campaigns at $50 each. And now we're kind of seeing if we can find some consistency with this campaign. If we can, then the next day I do an ABO. It's the same stacked interest. Now I'm doing 5 ad sets at $50 each, which means we're spending now an additional $50 per 5 times 50 is $250 and spent. Now we're doing that. So that's kind of like the test scale phase. And now we're spending like an additional of, maybe $300-400 a day. And if we're profitable with that, then we can move on to like the actual scaling phase.
Wow, dude, that's actually very clever. I mean, I love the idea of, you take your winning interest and then you put them all stacked in one ad set CBO. That's what you're saying, right?
Yeah.
And then with all your winning ads and then duplicating that interest with all those stacked, that ad set with all those stacked interests 4 more times. So that you have these like super interest ad sets. Damn, bro. That's so interesting.
Exactly. And the way I look at it, bro, is that we are not marketers. We are scientists, right? We're scientists that just market because we test one thing. The reason why I'm doing that is because we are testing one thing at a time. So for example, now that you have your winning interest, you can then also test the videos. And when you test the videos, you're doing it against your winning interest. Why? Because the main focus is going to be the ads. You don't want to test new interest and new ads together because now you're testing 2 things, but what if it doesn't work out? You're not going to know why it's not working out.
Exactly.
And what if you do at a time, right? And you test one, let's say, for example, you have winning videos, and you test new interest to those winning videos. Well, the whole focus is the interest, right? So your whole goal as a marketer is to keep getting, I call it like being like a river instead of like a pond or, a lake where it's not, the lake just stays still. A pond just stays still. It rots. A A river is thriving and pushing and moving. If you're
Yeah.
out of, thriving and pushing and moving, your account's going to tank. So be a river and constantly always test interest and ads. And then you take those into a scaling, into a test scale campaign. And if that works, then you can start putting like in a big cap and a cost cap, which is a lot of things that I talk about. And you can scale more aggressively, right? So that's kind of like the phase. This may take you a month, this may take you 2 months, but eventually you're doing 10K per day, 30K per day because of the process.
Right.